You know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say it. I think The Monkey might be the best horror movie of the year so far. All 2 months of it. Here's why. So The Monkey is the newest horror movie brought to us this month of February, the month of love, brought to us by James Wan. Just got back from seeing an early screening of the movie, and oh my god, I was very hyped up for this movie because the first time I saw the trailer for it, I was just like, okay, this monkey doll, it plays the drums and shit, and then people start dying in like mousetrap, Final Destination type of ways and shit. I think it'll be entertaining, but got back from seeing the movie, and it's a fun movie, very entertaining, but very gory. Be aware. The deaths in this movie, oh my god, are the definition of shock value. Because just the way when the monkey would play the drums, the people would just die in the most like jaw-dropping, crazy ways. That's ticket price alone. So the horror fan in me is just like, I loved it. It was great. It's what it needed. It's the jolt. This is the horror movie to see for Valentine's Day weekend. Forget Hard Eyes. Forget Hard Eyes. See this movie. The Monkey. I can't praise it enough. But first of all, like I said, the monkey itself, creepy as shit. So you already got a new, like, sort of horror-ish rising horror icon in the rush with this killer monkey and shit. So that was fine. Based off a Stephen King book. So you also know, like, okay, it's got that stamp of approval to go with it. So overall, I think that The Monkey was pretty enjoyable, very entertaining. Get to the good and bad on why I think The Monkey officially comes out in theaters next week. So when it does come out, you should take my word for it as a horror fan. Go see it. Here's why. First of all, adding in the movie, of course, the main person really following is Theo James. He's pretty much the main character throughout this story because he's playing two characters actually. He's playing his brother and himself and shit, twin brothers. And I thought he wasn't bad. Just enough to carry the story because, like I said, him as, you know, the movie illustrates, like, yeah, this monkey has been terrorizing and making his life live in hell. Even though his life was already living hell before the monkey got involved, the monkey just made it work. Kind of understand, like, yeah, like, he would not be that clear in the head. He'd be pretty messed up and shit. Like, his childhood was bad. Like, this movie reminded me that, wow, kids in a Stephen King book are assholes. Sometimes a little over the top assholes, like unbelievable assholes and shit. But then Stephen King's just like, look at every Stephen King movie. The kids, the teenagers, they're dicks. Okay, let's get into plot. What's the plot about? Okay, simple version of that. We're following Theo James. He plays twin brothers and stuff like that. And you know, their dad ends up one day disappearing, going through their dad's belongings one day to discover this real old creepy monkey. So they're thinking to themselves, wow, let's wind this thing up. Nothing bad's gonna happen, right? Until they wind it up and bad things are happening. But everything that happened, the monkey was just like, you know, plays little drums and shit like that. And when the hand went down the last time, someone would die. Very vitally too. But to realize that the monkeys start killing folks that they kind of really care about, they get rid of it. And then of course you can't get rid of evil that easily. End up becoming adults, and then the monkey follows them into adulthood and now is terrorizing them as adults. That's what you need to know about the movie. Now, the good in the movie. How's the horror? It's a horror movie, and the horror is right there. From the moment the movie opens up, this is not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. The movie opens up with that scene you saw in the trailer where it's like, okay, this guy brings in the monkey, and then more or less it plays the drums, and then the spear just goes through the guy. Oh my god. But I'm just saying, like, it's way more graphic in the full scene like this. Like, what you saw in the trailer was just like, oh, that is bad. But you see the full thing with it, it's like, that's way worse. And I love it. It's just the way the deaths would happen in the movie would just be like, it's like that Final Destination kind of like wind up thing where it's like, okay, it's just, you didn't know how it was going to happen. You didn't know, like, you just didn't know. So I like that kind of build up anticipation. Just like, okay, the monkey's playing the drums. Who's going to bite the dust? As far as the character and the story the movie goes too, that's kind of like know what you're kind of getting into, know what you're coming for. You're just here to straight up just see the monkey just play the drums and fuck people up. You're going to get that and you're going to like it. But also the movie does have a bit of dark humor to it too, because like I said, the kids in this movie are assholes. You do spend like a nice bit of the first half of the movie as them as kids and shit like that, and they're kids in a Stephen King book, so you know it's not good. Get to the point where just like, yeah, you meet some characters or dickheads and you're like, yeah, monkey, drop a bowling ball on their face. Any bad things about the movie, the fact that I feel like towards the end of it, it kind of felt like, okay, we didn't want this to be a 2-hour movie, so we kind of just speed run to the end of the movie when things started happening and shit, and it was just kind of just like, it's over. But you do get kind of like a a nice kind of interesting kill towards the end of the movie. It kind of makes it come off full circle. It's like, well, that was something. At the end of the day, The Monkey, I will say, is a horror movie. I definitely feel like it's going to be one of the more memorable ones of the year because just look at that creepy monkey's face. It's in your skull now. I'm going to forget this movie for a while. I definitely think the kills in the movie and the deaths were crazy over the top, but they were great, memorable. This movie is kind of like, they're okay. The story of the movie is pretty simple to follow, and the last half of the movie was just like, well, I guess it's over now. Out of the good, like, it's over. So I definitely will give this a good rating, and I'm going to say that The Monkey is definitely a great movie, and I think you should go see it. The Monkey is officially in theaters next Friday. You see it, you're not going to see it, type below, let me know your thoughts on it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Captain America: Brave New World. I hope that's good. And as always, subscribe. Until next time.